diving back in just the same. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna get a lot of stuff done. At least that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to you. My name is Gyros1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I am very pleased to be able to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience. We are diving back into the world of Gyros, my friends, where we have been very busy in recent streams, and where we have a lot of work still to do, and we're going to put as much time as we can into doing it. So for anybody who has not been watching the streams lately, say hello to our latest home, the Hobbit Hole. A simple variation of a home, a simple home, cozy, and very much expandable. Oh no, Ellison! It's good to see you, but you're having trouble on Roblox again? Huh. That ain't right. People shouldn't be mean on Roblox. They shouldn't be mean on any game, really. I mean, if it were a game where it's being very competitive, I could kind of understand, but if it's just a game that's just casual fun, then they really should not be mean. There's no reason for it. No reason at all. Unfortunately, you get that kind of crowd everywhere you go anymore. There's always going to be somebody who decides that they have the right to be mean to others for no reason except they say so. It ain't right, it ain't fair, it ain't nice. And they ain't giving you good advice. In all seriousness, I am sorry you're dealing with that kind of crud. It is not fun. It's not good. And I hope that it turns around, that you end up not getting that kind of grief anymore, but well, I don't know what to tell you. Also, Ryan, good to see you, my dude. Thank you for the rules, as always. Always appreciate you doing that, man. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody is doing well today. Hope everybody is having a good day, or a good night, if it is nighttime for you. And hope everybody's ready for some chaos, shenanigans, and craziness of one kind or another, as I'm sure that kind of thing is going to end up coming up at some point. And thank you, Leo, for the rules. Glad to see that you are apparently doing good. Oh, you're working. Huh. Good. Good. Hope the work is good for you. Hope the work is fun. Or at least tolerable. All too often I see people say their jobs stink. I hope yours doesn't. Both in literal sense and otherwise. Oh. Okay. Sometimes I forget that I've got a pressure plate in front of that door. Do I have any more mangrove wood? Please tell me I have mangrove wood. I don't think I have any more mangrove. I've got mangrove propagules, but I do not have the mangrove wood. That is not good. I need mangrove wood for some of the furniture I want to do. Some of the furniture I want to do it in red. We only have one proper red, and that's a mangrove. The most frustrating tree to grow that I have yet found. The only trees that are equally as frustrating, or nearly as frustrating, honestly it's just nearly as frustrating, are warped and crimson fungus. The fact that you have to use the nylium that corresponds to the fungus is very frustrating. And I can't find my mangrove stuff. I swear I had more. Wait a minute. I think I know where it might be. I might just know where it is. Uh-huh. There it is. Mangrove planks. Slabs. We have them. Alright. We also, of course, have spruce. I can't decide if I want to use spruce or if I want to use mangrove for your desk table thingy. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the spruce. No, that's too much spruce in one spot, right there. Yeah, let's go with let's just see. Okay, yeah, that's better, and it stands out really clear. I kind of wish we could change crafting table textures, like that. Like we could have crafting tables of the different textures. I've wanted that for a while. Chests, too. Because sometimes this singular style of chest stands out way too much from other woods. Sometimes it's just way too... It's the same wood all the time. It's the same chest all the time. I don't like that. I don't like that too much. I mean, come on. There's other shades. There's other colors of wood. Obviously. We've got them all around us. We've got all the wood types all around us right now. Right stinking now. We've got tons of wood types. We got pretty much all of them, really. And yet, we're stuck dealing with the other woods. It doesn't make so much sense to me. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me at all. What also doesn't make sense to me is that these are all torches. I should replace those with lanterns. And I'm going to. I'm going to put a torch here that would light that up. So, some of you might be wondering what we're going to be doing. Oh, I don't blame you, Ellison. I don't blame you. I would probably do the same. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be adjusting some of the build that we've already done. We're going to be building on some of the build we've already done. Possibly installing an actual room back here, over here. Possibly putting one in over here, too. Although if we put one in over here, it's going to be a storage room. So it's going to be small. But I'm thinking we're going to put a guest room over here, a guest room over here. We're going to mimic these stairs going up from over here. And then we're either going to do another set of rooms to match these ones, or we're going to go off to the side and build in my bedroom. It's going to be bigger than the guest rooms, if I can help it. But I have some ideas for how to make these rooms work. Before I do that, I want to do the stairway. I want to make the stairway because that's the most complicated part of the build. I mean, look at this angle. Look at these angles and what I had to do to make them. It's complicated. It's complex. It's far more complex than just a simple room. So we're going to work on that as best as we can. And hopefully it will go well. If it doesn't, then, well, we've got, obviously, a problem. Alright, so it's 2, and then doop, and then doop. Let's do it! I think. Hang on. Let's go down here. And, yep, that goes off to the side by 1. Okay. Right, because it's 3, then 1, 2, 3, and then zip. Yep, I can work with that. I can definitely work with that. Okay, it's 3, and then... Of course, I'm using my Silk Touch pick again. Since last time, I've taken the time to repair my equipment on the side off the stream, and I'm glad I did. Means we can get right into the business end of the work here. Get the ball rolling on making all this space usable. I love this game. I love it, I love it, I love it. I mean, sometimes it gets a little frustrating, but I still love it. Alright, and dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba. There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy O.T. The wind blew up her, bade him down below. My bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a white whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take the whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I love it. I love music. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's tail came up and caught her. All hands to the side harpooned and fought her when she dived down low. Well, soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Ellison, I don't think you're doing anything wrong by trying to be nice to those mean people. Some people just enjoy being mean for some reason, and some people don't realize just how that makes them really seem. Personally, I say of the mean people that all it makes them look like, all it does for them, is make them unapproachable. It makes it so that nobody wants to be around them. I mean, let's stop and think about it. How many mean people do you know enjoy being around mean people themselves? I don't expect you'll find very many. I don't expect you'll find very many such people at all. If any, at all. And that's the sad thing. Sometimes they don't even realize that all they're doing is setting themselves up to end up being nothing but that mean person that nobody wants to be around. But I do think it's better to try to be nice to them, try to be friendly to them, show them that you are a nice person, than to not be a nice person to them. Because if you're nice to them, it can leave a good impression. It can leave an impression on them that comes to affect them later on. If you're nice to someone in spite of them being mean to you, I say so much the better. Because that just shows that you are a definitely good person. And if you're a good person, then you're a good person. More people will want to be around you than around that mean person. That's my perspective, anyway. I'm sure there's people that'll say, oh, don't bother being nice to them. If they're mean to you, be mean right back. I say, follow a golden rule of social interaction. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And gradually, they'll start to respect you for being firm in treating them how you would want to be treated. And gradually, they will start to treat you nicer. I'm not going to say that it always works. I'm not going to say that it works every time, that it works on everybody. But it's better to try than to not. If you don't try being nice to those people, then nothing will ever change. They'll just continue to be mean all the time. And that's not good for anybody. But it is better to be nice yourself than to not. You know? You know what I mean? And check it out. We got ender pearls. We got some ender pearls. Nice. Always good to have a few of those tucked away. Let's put as many as we can in here. I'm not going to have any loose ones, though. I don't want any loose ones in my storage, if I can help it. At least not in my ender chest storage. Thank you, Ellison. Hey, I say you are awesome too. And you know what? The fact that you try to be nice, even to people that are mean to you, that just cements it. That cements that you are awesome. That you are a good person. That is part of why I say, keep it up. It is good to be good. Better to be good than to not. That's my perspective. This went very strange over here. Whoops! That is not where I was trying to put that. Yeah, this ceiling is weird as all get out. But you know what? I don't care. The only thing I want to do with this ceiling, really, is maintain some semblance of consistency. And I'm trying to do that as best I can. Is it working? Not as much as I would like it to. But it is kind of working. Until it's not. Really? Of course, it's got to be complicated, difficult, and frustrating. There we go. That's better. That's a little bit better. Not perfect, but better. Trying to maintain this trim effect is hard. But consistency maintains a style. And I want to maintain a style. Ugh, right. That's not gonna work. Alright, let's just go put these in the chest. There is so much stuff in my inventory. It is getting a little frustrating to have it all there. I am seriously gonna need more dark oak. No biggie. No biggie. I'll just go chop up some dark oak trees for it. I'm sure there is one that I can chop down for a little bit of material. I mean, do I want to have to do that? Not really, but needs must, right? Okay, just taking a look around to make sure we don't have any creepers about. Looks like we're safe. Looks like we're safe from the creepers. Creeper! Oh, man! Sometimes I wish I knew the rest of that song that goes with that, but I don't. And it stinks. Well, what are you gonna do, you know? What can you do about that problem? What can you do about that problem? What can we do about that problem? I have not got a clue. What I do know is I need to plant some more dark oak saplings. Because clearly I didn't do that after the last time I harvested some dark oak wood. I need to get back into the habit of consistently replanting the trees that I break down. Because we need to be sure that we are going to have all the wood types forever. If we don't have all the wood forever, then we're going to start having problems with building our stuff. There we go. Scoop up all those, pick up the saplings. Okay, that's plenty to replant that tree. Whoops. And plant yet another over here. Eventually, we're going to have to move Ozzy and get another bit of tree work going. Okay, that put me back up to a full stack. Oh no, not a full stack. I was looking at the wrong wood type. There's my dark oak logs. Here. There we go. 3/4 of a stack. Yeah, I know, I just stuck that in there, but meh. Give me grief about it, why don't you? Actually, don't. Don't give me grief over it. I would not be happy if you did. Alright, we've got so much stuff, though. This is part of why I'm glad the copper golem is going to become a thing, because we are going to need it. We're going to need it. Big time. By the by, has that become part of vanilla itself yet? Or are we still... does it still linger in the testing phase? Are we still waiting for it to become a proper part of the game? Because if it becomes... once it becomes a proper part of the game, you know I'm going to be using it. I'm going to be using copper chests, copper golems, like crazy. I will set up entire massive storage rooms for those guys to sort for me. And you, get out of my house. You intrude on my house, I take you down. Stinking Enderman comes waltzing into my house like he owns the joint. I'm gonna kick his behind. I'm going to tear him apart and send him packing. And if he doesn't like that, well, then he should have intruded on my house in the first place. I will defend my home to the end and back. There we go. Lots of wood. We got a lot of wood. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get back to business. Whoops. Okay, small pet peeve I want to bring up for anybody who wants to hear it and might potentially agree. Could they please make it so that when we chop up blocks made up of slabs, can we please just break the slab that we're looking at in case it was just that one slab that was misplaced or that we need to remove? Because we don't always want both slabs to be broken out of a block space. Sometimes we just need the top slab removed, or sometimes we only need the bottom slab removed. Stop making it so we have to break them both. Make it so we only break one. I'm hearing a baby zombie. I can't tell if that's actually a baby zombie I'm hearing, or just an imitation by some parrots. It could be an imitation. But I have a feeling that it's legit. I have a feeling it's legitimate. Hey, Ryan! Good to see you, dude! How you doing, man? You doing alright? I hope so, dude. I hope you are doing well. It is good to see you! Glad you can make it to the stream, my man. Always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. I am starting to wonder if I'm being correctly consistent with my block placements here. I can't be sure. Hmm. Make sure I'm doing this right. I think I am. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then the odd. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then the odd. That's what I thought. There's a hole here. Okay, I have replicated it perfectly. The floor, anyway. The floor I have replicated perfectly. Need to see... How'd I do this part? Very weirdly, apparently. Wait a minute. Back up. Grab that. Thank you. That is not how I did it on the lower level. But you know what? I think that's how I'm going to leave it this time. We'll see. Let's go down here and take a look. Okay, yeah, I did it way different back here. I did it way different back here. But I like what I did up here at the same time. So I think it's more a matter of we just need to make sure we have a consistent attempt at the trimming. Yeah. Which we did not really have here. There we go. That's a little bit better. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I think the problem is that it's hard to do the trim when we have so many restrictions in terms of what kind of blocks we can place. Because look at this mess. Look at it. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's just a big mess. I don't like it. But it is what it is. The game has its limitations. The important thing is that we learn how to adapt to some of those limitations and build what we want to build in a way that's at least close to how we would prefer to build it. It's not always going to be perfect. It may not always necessarily be as pretty as we want. The important thing is that we keep trying until we get it as close as we want, or as close as we can get, to what we actually want. And who knows, maybe one day Mojang will do stuff like add in half slabs, or corner stairs, or things like that. Corner walls, vertical slabs that we can use as walls. Things like that, or partial block forms of the different workstations. You never know. You never know. Like, here's a thought. What about a furnace that's a vertical slab that can only hold half as much fuel and everything? Like, normally a furnace, you can stick in a stack of fuel and a stack of input, get out a stack of output. What about a half slab that's vertical, that's a furnace, that you can put in half a stack of input, half a stack of fuel, get out half a stack of output? What would be the harm in that? Same with furnace. And then you could have vertical half slab walls that you can put these things in to make them become part of the wall. You don't see chat messages, Ellison? Huh. Might need to refresh your page a few times. Sometimes that happens to me. Sometimes I'll be doing stuff on the game and I'm not watching the stream, and then when I look over I'll see that, oh crud, the stream chat isn't there for some reason. Usually when that happens I'm like, what is going on? And I'll have no answer because I have no idea what's going on. I just shrug and accept it and move on. But that's me. I gotta admit, I like what we've got so far in terms of this house. It is so spacious and yet cozy. We've done a really good job with this house so far. I'm looking forward to continuing this build. And I'm hopeful that we can incorporate a few different features into the build, like redstone or mines, that will work well with what we're going for here. Whatever else goes on with this build, I intend to maintain as much consistency with it as I can, including with particularly with the Hobbit Hole theme of the build. That's the main goal. The main goal is to make a consistent theme based on the idea, the concept, the architecture, focused in those two words. Hobbit Hole. If we can maintain a consistent theme with that, that would be absolutely perfect. Is the build itself going to be absolutely perfect? Heck no! There ain't any way to make it absolutely perfect. Not in vanilla. But we're going to do the very best that we can to make it as close to that as possible. We're not going to succeed every time. I'll say that. We definitely won't be able to succeed every single time. There's going to be flaws. But we're going to make those flaws as minimal as possible. Now, I need a few more trapdoors. So we're going to make a stack of that. Make a few of these. And then we'll probably have to make more because we're going to make it so that we have more openings for doors. For doorways into different rooms. Now what I really, really hope is that somehow we can make an area of this world have a dark world kind of theme. Like, imagine a world where it's all the grayed out, like the environment is grayed out and dark tones, dark woods. Like, rich tones will be in there, but everything will be dark compared to the rest of the vibrant lands of the overworld. Because we're going to do it in the overworld, of course. We have to. But imagine how cool that could end up looking. But those are things that we're going to get into as we go along. I'm not necessarily going to get into those things right away. Okay. At what position did I put this torch? 3 from the other. That's what I thought. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now I want to work on this. And someone may be like, okay, how are you going to make a bedroom out of this? Well, I have ideas. I have ideas. One thing I always see with Hobbit Hole architecture is the building is very open all throughout. There's very few doorways that have actual doors that close. At least, if you go back and watch the movies of The Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, you may notice there are very few doors that actually close inside of the house. It's very open between each room that is adjoining. And I find that interesting. I find that very interesting. I like that to a degree. It also is a little bit confusing. Because where do we draw the lines? Where do we draw the line between, oh, this is basically like a massively open concept space? Because there's no doors, everything is very open. Where does that come to an end? You're still not seeing the chat messages, Ellison? Huh. Are you on a computer of some kind? Honestly, I'm not sure why it wouldn't be showing you the chat. That is very odd. What is also odd is I would have expected this to be a lot closer to the exterior of the hillside. Okay. So that is where the hillside is. You're on tablet. Huh. Then I don't know. I really don't know. Another thing I don't know, should I make this so that each room is almost like an apartment unto itself within the big Hobbit hole? I don't know. I kind of want to do that. I kind of don't. I can't fully decide which way to go with it. I do know that if I do make it so that each bedroom or each guest room is kind of like a little mini apartment unto itself, we're going to use a lot of material, but we'll be able to make maximum use of the space in incorporating different elements. I'm kind of losing track of where I'm going with all this. Ultimately, I think what I'm going to do is kind of make each guest room be like an apartment unto itself. And we're going to have at least 2. If we can manage it. We'll see, though. I wish it wouldn't make that noise. I wish you could turn those weird noises off. Those random noises that play as you are working through the game or in the mines. Particularly the ones that pop in the mines. Because those noises often spook me to a degree. And I don't like that. I don't like them. Go out here, go down here, and I want to see... Okay, at the bottom I didn't do anything. At the top, I maintained the trim. I can do that. I can do that here, too. Go and doop, doop, doop. Someone will probably say, "Hey, you're wasting some blocks. You're wasting some oak in the space you're putting in the wall in." I know, I know. And you know what? It doesn't bother me a bit. Wood is easily replenished. I mean, have you seen how many trees we got outside, boyo? We got so many trees, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with them all. I don't mind having to go chop down a few more trees. Can it be tedious? Oh, aye, certainly. Certainly so, sir. Do I mind it? No. Besides, I'm still deciding how I'm gonna set this all up. Nothing here is set in stone yet. And even if it were, I can always break it with my pick. Everything I'm doing can be changed. It's Minecraft. It ain't real life. If it were real life, I'd be stuck. But it's all just a video game. I can change whatever I like. I can change whatever I very well want to. Like getting this moved out of the way, because that is a jarring mess with the eyes. Good grief. Did you see how the light was flickering on that? Okay, it's still kind of flickering on it, but it's not as prominent now. Ugh, I don't like that. Here we go. Get that there, go up. And then go back down and take another look at this. I want every exterior door to have the same color as this one. Same color and same layout. I need to get another look at this. I know I keep having to run back down here to look at it. Better that I do that than I not actually see what I need to make sure of. Okay. I just made that out of birch. I thought I was making them out of oak. That's okay. That is number one. A-okay. some more dirt. Need a bunch. Need a bunch of dirt. Need a bunch of dirt for what I'm gonna be doing now. Because what we're doing now is setting up room to build in a kind of a balcony area for guests staying in the guest room to be able to stand out on the ledge. Thank you, Ellison. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate the compliment. I hope I and my content continue to be awesome to you. Spruce wood is not hard to get more of. Kind of hoping I'd be able to get more rooms done than just what I'm working on, but you know what? Getting any amount of these done is going to be a benefit. Does it really matter if we get them all done? Nah. Whatever you aren't able to get done in one setting, you can get done on another setting. That's something I've been slowly starting to learn to accept. I mean, it's still preferable if I can actually finish a project in one session, but I'm trying not to stress over it too much. All stress does is wear you out. The more you stress about something, the more it ends up hurting you. So I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not stressing over any of this too much. I'm just building at a pace that is comfortable and gets the job done. May not always get it done at a pace that I like, but I do get it done. And that is all that really matters in the long run. Come back down here. Jump into bed for a minute. Sleep through the night. I think I'm gonna need a lot more spruce. Oh, we got some creepers hanging around up higher up. Gotta get those guys to despawn. And then we can run back. Good to go. Okay, so it's not as far away as I was expecting. And it's not as high up as I was figuring it would be. Why did that guy not despawn? Is he holding something that's gonna make it so he can't despawn? Is that what's going on with this zombie up here? I'm also gonna have to bury part of the second Hobbit Hole opening. I know that. Got him! Gonna be shifting around a lot of dirt. I think I'm gonna make it so that both of these can be used as entrances to the Hobbit Hole network we're kind of making here. But I still want to make it so that that one over there is clearly the main one. That's why this one's going to be only partial. And this one's going to have like a porch or balcony kind of thing going on. Go over here and take a look. Okay, got it. Does that look good? I think that looks good. I think that looks good. Got him! Dummy. Uh-oh. Oh no, we got a little bee buzzing into the house. Oh no. I wasn't counting on that. I was not expecting that. Whoops. Can't stand it when it does that. Ugh, get rid of it. Keep that out of my inventory. Oh, come on. Stop it. Just stop it. Yeah, I think this works pretty good. This isn't exactly normal for a Hobbit Hole, but this isn't a normal Hobbit Hole now, is it? I am liking this a lot. A whole lot. Hmm. Crudola. Well, that's okay. I can easily set this up with a different kind of torch layout. I am enjoying this build way more than I was originally thinking I would. Honestly, I thought I might get tired of working on this kind of build a long time ago, but now I'm seeing this is probably some of the most enjoyable building that I've been doing for a while. It doesn't really feel tedious because I'm figuring out and feeling out how to make it all feel, for lack of a better term, organic to the theme and style. Like, am I making this sufficiently Hobbit Hole inspired? Or am I going too far in another direction? I feel like somehow I'm managing to keep it enough Hobbit Hole inspired that it still feels right. And I'm amazed that I still feel that way. I'm amazed that I feel like it's still Hobbit Hole enough that it's not entirely out of place. This is kind of a nice fringe benefit. I did not expect to have the bees coming up here and buzzing around like this. This is a nice little bonus. Hey, Sorrento! Good to see you, my friend. Yes, indeed I am. Building a massive Hobbit Hole connection kind of thing. I've got this guest room over here that's got a little balcony kind of entryway sort of thing going. Got my main Hobbit Hole entrance, which I very much like. Let me give you guys the grand tour real quick. Let me give you the grand tour of the progress we've made so far on this Hobbit Hole build. This is the foyer. Nothing too fancy, but nice and open and spacious, as Hobbit Holes will be for Hobbit-sized people. Yep, tried to go for as close to a green Hobbit door as I could. Closest I can get to that is the blue of warped fungus, so I went with warped planks and a warped door, which it's actually got a subtle fanciness to it on the door itself. And then in here we've got, as I said, the foyer, nice, spacious, lots of room to walk around. Got two very well open windows, complete on the outside with shutters and a little bit of greenery. We got the crop farm over here as like a big garden. I've even installed a, what is this thing called again? Funny, Sorrento. I've got a, I forget what this block is called. I know what it's called, but I can't remember. The word is not coming to me. Lodestone! There you go, lodestone. Yes. We've got a lodestone installed so that I have a compass in a bundle that will lead me back home to the Hobbit Hole whenever I'm off traveling. Over this way, we have the study. Got myself a nice big chair before the fire. I can crouch and sit here and just listen to the crackling of the logs in the fireplace. Gonna write out some small, short books and stick them in the bookshelves. Probably shortened versions of different fairy tales, fables, and such. This is going to be our enchantment room, a little library. Yeah, I can just hear Concerning Hobbits playing myself, Sorrento. The library even has a secret panel that will lead us down and out towards our skeleton spawner XP grinder. I'll go ahead and show you this. It's been a focal point of this project before. It's pretty important to have this. Yep, secret tunnel. Secret tunnel! Leading all the way to our XP grinder. Passive based. All we do is we stand here, spawner activates, spawns in skeletons. We throw a trident in here, activate the machine. The trident smashes up the skeletons, drops all their items into a hopper storage system. What's that, Sorrento? What would be a cool Easter egg? I'm curious. And then when we've got all our tools fully fixed up, we can make our way back to the Hobbit Hole. It's a bit of a walk, but I feel like a little walk through a tunnel isn't such a big deal when you're getting all your gear powered up and made as strong as it can be. And then if we come back up here to the foyer, over here we've got a little hallway leading to our dining room. Suitable for 14. It was unintentional, but the number 14 has significance in The Hobbit, if you don't know it. Throw in a couple of books that have excerpts from The Hobbit. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I would, of course, put a little something at the end to state that all text in those particular books is copyright the respective original creators. Got a kitchen over here connected to the dining room. It's connected in two parts because this here is another hallway. I intend to decorate these hallways with some functional storage. I had a feeling you would, Sorrento. That's how many people, dwarves and hobbit together, traveled across the land to the mountain of Erebor, the Lonely Mountain, for anyone who didn't get it. Figure I might as well let you know. Over here, I kind of want to do like a little storeroom for armor and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to make sure most rooms have a crafting table, so in this one, it's part of the table. Over here, in the kitchen, it's positioned so it can be the cutting board. Basically, you go into the fridge or icebox, pull out... potentially, Sorrento, potentially. You reach in here to the icebox, you get some food, wash it, dry it if you have to, chop it up, and then fry it up, or shove it in the oven, cook it, and then serve it. But I've also got a nice little bonus here. I've got a little room up here that I can go into, and I can hang out in here with the parrots. I can just chill in this glass box with the parrots. And since it's indoors, as deep as it is, they generally don't start mimicking the, they don't start mimicking any mobs because there's no mobs around for them to mimic. Because parrots love to mimic hostile mobs, like creepers and such. With the parrots where they are right now, they won't do that, generally speaking. And then this is going to be a guest room. Hey, Nofeek! Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Yeah, this is what we've built so far. Tripwire hooks. Oh, I might try that. Might try that. I wish we had the data packs and such of vanilla tweaks to make it so we could hang up items on the tripwire hooks. Nice one, Ellison. There we go again. Ellison, the chicken jockey Hamilton, has returned to the chat. What do you think of this, Sorrento? As someone who apparently is a Lord of the Rings buff, what do you think of this as like the entryway to a Hobbit Hole bedroom or guest room? I was figuring, I don't generally get to see what the entrance to a Hobbit Hole bedroom looks like, but I figure it's not necessarily open like the rest of the house. So I figured that was a good middle ground. Make it similar in a way to the main door of the house, but also distinct. And then, of course, this is about to become the doorway of the guest room balcony. They don't have doors. Huh. But then how do you get privacy? That's the part that throws me about Hobbit Hole architecture. I kind of figured that's how it was, but I don't personally like that so much. If it were me living in a house, I'd have to have it be that I can get privacy somewhere. That's why I decided to throw in a doorway that can actually be opened and shut and all that. Looks like Samwise front door? Huh. I'll have to remember that. Maybe I can use that wood there as the entrance to this room. But if Hobbit Holes generally just have all the rooms be open to the rest of the house, I guess for the sake of consistency with the theme, I could go ahead and just do that. It kind of throws me a little, but at the same time, consistency with the original inspiration demands that we oblige. You mean this? This is going to be maybe a storeroom. I was going to have it be another guest room, but I figure probably just going to make it be a storage room. That's either going to be a storage room or a bathroom. Practically, you should probably have some kind of a bathroom, and that is one where I will not... That is one where I will not have it be open. I'm sorry. You have an open doorway bathroom, that just doesn't work for me. My brain cannot wrap around a bathroom that doesn't have a door. Nope, haven't done the maid bedroom yet. See, I'm taking inspiration from Hobbit Hole design. I'm trying not to be entirely matching with Hobbit Hole bedroom, Hobbit Hole house design. Just keep some consistency with it. So, bedrooms, I guess I can understand an open doorway, but I'll probably put like a screen of some kind here so that there's some, or wherever the actual bed will go, that adds a little privacy. I don't know. What, Nofeek? Stop saying my name. Don't wear my name out. Seriously. J-Guard is my name, but don't wear it out. What's up? There's still a lot I'm trying to figure out with all this. I don't know. Maybe instead of this being a bedroom or another guest room or anything, or a storeroom, this could be a guest room, and this could be just another entrance into the building. I mean, Hobbit Holes always make me think of... Okay, you said that a couple of times now, Nofeek. I got it. I got it, dude. I have that same kind of idea locked away in the back of my mind, Sorrento. Doing an evil layer type base. I do have plans to do something like that at some point down the road. Not right away, though. I'm having too much fun trying to do this Hobbit Hole. Nice try there, Sorrento. Yep, no, I got the reference. I know about Phineas and Ferb. Yes, I outright said the name of the show. It's a good show. Never saw all of it. There's a ton of it that I didn't end up seeing. But I know about the show. Most of what I saw was the stuff with Doof and Perry. That's the stuff that I really got into. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking that what I'll end up doing here is this will be another entrance into the main house so that I can remove this doorway here. We'll have like a short hall here so that I don't have to tear this whole thing down. But we'll have this tiny hallway that kind of buffers into the rest of the house. Over here we'll have a guest room. And then of course you can go to the rest of the house easily. At least that's what I'm thinking at this point. Because my mind is just bouncing around with different ideas, trying to figure out where can I do all the stuff that I want to do, where can I build all this and keep it, like, consistent with the theme that we're going for, consistent with our inspiration's natural build style, so to speak. I want to keep it consistent with source material inspiration as best as I can. At this point, I'm kind of thinking every other entrance to the building is going to have a different colored door, but they can't be spruce, dark oak, or birch. They have to be other wood types. So warped, crimson, mangrove, and they can't be dark oak either. So basically anything that's not one of the prime four. No oak, spruce, birch, or dark oak. So jungle, warped, crimson, acacia, those will work. Mangrove, if I didn't already say that one. You got another reference for me? I'm curious. Consider me curious. Bear in mind that I may not know whatever it is, but if I do, I will let you know. Also, the I Am Steve thing. I know exactly where that comes from. That's, of course, the Minecraft movie. Or as I still call it, because it's so full of them, the Meme-craft movie. Ah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Ratatouille. Ratatouille? They must be joking. Which, actually, I like that movie. I like that one. That one's pretty good. I like that movie. Not my favorite that company made. It's not my favorite that company has made, but it is a solid option if you're ever looking for something to watch. If anybody watching the stream has never seen it, I recommend giving it a shot. I am loving this build. Building something inspired by Hobbit holes from the actual films is actually really good. I'm not sure what you're saying there, Sorrento. I love this build. I love it so much. I need some amethyst blocks. That's one thing I'm going to make sure is firmly consistent. Every entrance will have amethyst blocks in this upper segment right here. That is one consistency that will be maintained throughout the entire door. No idea. It might be that the name refers to whatever is in it. That'd be my first thought. Maybe they call it that because that word describes what's in it in some way, like the ingredients. But I don't know. I'm not French. I don't speak French. I am not French. So I cannot speak for their reasoning. I will say, however, that while I may not sound delicious to someone who doesn't know what the word means, it does look fairly delicious if you look at how it's presented in the movie. Although that technically, apparently, is not the normal recipe for Ratatouille. Apparently they made some kind of a variation of Ratatouille in the movie, instead of the original meal. The original dish. I don't know if that's actually accurate. I could be completely incorrect. But from what I remember hearing, they made a variation on Ratatouille. They did not make the dish in the way it is usually made. This looks really cool. I love this build. So this is not quite rooms galore, but we're doing good. So what I'm thinking is I am going to end up making this just be another entryway to the house. Maybe have it be like a mud room for if you're going out here to go down to the garden. Let me back in. And then over here we'll put in a bedroom. And I am going to put a screen over here, like a short screen wall to cut off line of sight of the where the person would actually sleep. Although that does mean that there won't be a window for them to look out of, which kind of breaks what I was going for. Alright, Sorrento. Hey, we'll see you around another time, my dude. There are going to be rooms galore in this place, so the name of the stream still fits. Check this thing out. I love this house. This house build is probably going to be one of my absolute favorites on this whole world, because it's... There's so much space, there's so much detail that we're trying to put into it. Small, little details. And it's a theme that feels cozy and homely and comfortable. Which, that kind of falls under cozy, so I don't know why I said it again. But I think that may do it for this session, everybody. I would love to keep going, but I need to think some on how I'm going to design the bedrooms. I need to look into some reference materials for how a Hobbit Hole bedroom would look. I'm sure there's reference material I can find online somehow. So I'm going to try and look for that. Going to do some figure-ins, some research, figure out what I'm going to do. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you all ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave likes, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications by smacking the bell so that you don't miss the next stream or video. Share the channel with your friends if you think they might enjoy it too, and of course, be sure to check out the About page for links to other pages with more content by yours truly. That all being said, thank you again for watching. I am JGuard01, your guide, bard, and humble host into the world's virtual and fantastical. And I'll see y'all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!